Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all you lovely people. Thank you so much for choosing this yoga video for your practice today. I am really excited. I am a little bit nervous. It's my first video that I'm going to be putting out with myself teaching. I would be really open to any comments, any feedback, any constructive criticism. I'm going to take you through kind of an all-rounder yoga flow today. It would be really amazing for beginners, or even if you've been doing yoga for a little while. I am going to be talking through the postures and the poses. So roll out your mat, maybe get a drink of water, and we will go on with the flow. We're going to start in an easy seat pose. So come onto your mat and cross your legs. If seated isn't a comfortable position for you, then you can of course come and lie down on your mat, or you can come onto your knees. You can grab a block and put it under your bum, or grab a pillow or a cushion or a bolster if you've got one. That just gives you a little bit of height, so it doesn't put as much strain on the legs and the knees. Find length in the spine. Gently tuck the chin, and we're going to pop the backs of our hands on our knees, palms facing upwards, and soften the gaze or close your eyes and focus on the breath. Focus on what your breath is doing, and see if you can try and lengthen the inhales and the exhales through the nose. Feeling your belly and maybe your chest expand and rise with the inhales, and soften with the exhales. Soften the forehead, the eyes, relax the jaw, and settle in with your breath. Now is a really good time to set an intention for your flow. So take a few minutes to think what you would like your intention to be, and if you need a little bit of help, this could be something like a mantra, such as I am strong, I am powerful, or it could be a part of the body that you want to work, or you just want to take extra care in through this flow. It can be that you just want to make it to the end of the flow, or it could be that maybe you just want to make sure that you are present in this flow, and if your mind wanders, just gently putting those thoughts to the side and coming back to the present moment. While you're setting your intention, just taking a few moments to do so, I just want to let you know that if at any point through this flow you are uncomfortable, or you feel as though it's a little bit sore in the postures, please ease out, don't push yourself. Of course, if pushing yourself is a positive in that pose, then of course challenge yourself, but if it is sore, please come out. Or if at any point you feel uncomfortable in a pose, just come out of it or come into child's pose. Child's pose is always an option, if you want to come out of a pose early or you need a little bit of a rest. And remember to breathe, inhaling and exhaling through the nose throughout the flow. But I will try and cue that whilst we go through the different postures. We're going to sweep the arms up, palms come to touch overhead, and bring your prayer to the centre of your heart. Rubbing the palms together, create warmth, and place them over your heart space. Gently blink the eyes open. We're going to start our flow with some side stretches. So bringing your left hand to the mat, inhaling your right arm up, find length in the spine and the arm, and exhale, bend over to the left. Inhaling up, switch your arms over. So the right arm is on the mat, the left arm's to the sky. Inhale and exhale, bending over to the right. Inhaling up, find length, and exhaling, bend. Try to keep your chest open. Inhaling up and exhaling, bend. Go at your own pace. We're going to do this a few more times on each side. And when you've done a few more, just come back to your seat. Coming into butterfly pose, bring the soles of your feet together, finding length in the spine again. If you feel as though you are hunched over, just bring the soles of your feet a little bit further away from you. Holding your ankles or holding your feet like a book, settling in. We're going to use our strength to come into some active stretches. Inhale the knees up, and with the exhale, push the knees as though they're pushing through the mat. Inhale up, exhale push. Inhale up, exhale push. You might start to shake, that's absolutely fine. I am shaking too. Inhale up and exhale push. We're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. We're going to come into 90-90 legs. So bringing your left leg in front, your right leg to the side. Your knees are going to be in line with your hips and your ankles are going to be in line with your knee. Please flex the foot. If 90-90 legs are uncomfortable, just bring the feet in a little bit. So you're in 45-45. Just creeping your hands forward, finding length in the spine. We're going to do a nice gentle forward fold over the front leg. A nice big inhale and exhale, creeping the hands forward, coming into a comfortable fold over that front leg. Remember to breathe. And maybe creeping the hands a little bit more forward or dropping the forearms to the floor. Breathing into the tightness in the hip. Two more breaths. Walking your hands towards you, and we're just going to flip this around to the other side. So again, if this is uncomfortable, just come into more of a 45-degree angle with both legs. Make sure your knees and your ankles are stacked, and flex your foot. Bring in the hands forward. Finding length in the spine, inhale. And exhale, creeping the hands forward, coming into a gentle forward fold. Remember to breathe. And maybe creeping a little bit more forward or dropping the forearms to the floor. Breathing into the hip. Staying here for 2 more breaths. And creeping the hands up towards you, coming into all fours. Stacking the shoulders with the wrists and the hips with the knees. We're going to do some thread the needles. So put your weight into your left hand. You're going to inhale the right arm up, lifting your chest to the right side of the room. And exhale, feed this right arm through. Push back up with your inhale, twisting round, and exhale, thread it through. Once more, inhale, twisting, and exhale, feeding it through, dropping your shoulder and your ear to the mat, staying here for a few breaths. Maybe reaching this left arm up or bringing it behind you, finding your right hip for a little bind. Remember to breathe. Bringing the left hand back if you moved it, pushing in with your inhale, twisting to the right. And exhaling the right hand down. Let's move to the other side. Pushing your weight through the right hand, twisting to the left with the inhale. And exhale, feed the arm through. Inhale, twist. Exhale, thread this through. Inhale, lift once more. And exhale, thread the arm through, dropping the shoulder in the ear. Maybe reaching this right arm up. Or bringing it to meet the left hip for a bind. Remember to breathe. Placing your right hand down if you've moved it. Inhale, push twist, and exhale, bring the left hand down. We're going to have a little play in bridge pose. So bringing your hands forward, either step to the front of your mat, or you can do a little jump, cross your legs and sit on your bum. Bring your feet out in front of you, and we're just going to bring our hands in front of us or hold the backs of our thighs. We're going to lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Laying down on our backs, bringing the feet hips distance apart. We're going to start to activate, so pushing through the feet, but don't lift the bum off the mat. Hopefully that will start to help you engage the glutes. You might feel a little shake. You're going to take a nice big inhale and exhale, push through the feet, coming up into your bridge pose, and try to keep your body level. I like to imagine a string or a ruler from my chin going to my knees. Pushing through the feet, feeling strong in the glutes, in the knees, in the core. Smiling through all the shakes. Remember to breathe. And exhale, rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae back to the mat. We're going to do that twice more. So activating, pushing through the feet but not lifting anything. Feeling the glutes work, give them a big squeeze. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale, start to push through the feet so much that you rise up. And I want you to have a play with feeling as though you're pushing the feet away from your bum. And seeing if this provides a little bit more stability, or does it make the glutes turn on more? For me, this is starting to fire up the quads. It's making me shake. And exhaling, rolling back down to the mat. We're going to do that once more, pushing through the feet but not lifting, squeezing the glutes. Take a nice big inhale and exhale, push through the feet, lift up into your glute bridge or your bridge pose. Remember to breathe. And this time we're going to have a play around with pulling the feet, or feeling as though you're pulling the feet closer to your bum. And again, noting, where do you feel this? For me, this completely turns on the hamstrings. Still pushing through the feet, still squeezing the glutes. Breathing through the shakes. And exhale, rolling back down to the mat. Taking hold of the backs of the thighs and rolling up in 3, 2, 1. Crossing the legs and just shuffling a little bit back on your mat if you came a bit forward. Coming up into our downward dog, we're going to place the hands a little bit forward, tucking the toes, lifting the knees, pushing through the hands, feeling strong in the core, and pushing the chest towards the knees and your hips to the sky. Maybe pedaling this out seeing as this is our first down dog of the flow. Remember to breathe. And then finding some stillness. Pushing through the index finger and the thumb. Feeling strong in the shoulders, maybe pushing the shoulders to meet the ears. Letting the head drop naturally. Bending the knees to find length in the spine. As you can see, my knees are bent and my heels do not touch the floor. And this is absolutely fine. Looking forward, we're going to bring the right foot in between the hands. If your foot doesn't quite reach the top of the mat, just gently guide it with your hand. Dropping the back knee, keeping the toes tucked or untucking them. Pushing through the front foot, lifting up, arms reach up into our low lunge. Finding stability, maybe playing around with pushing the foot away from you or pulling the foot towards you. For me, the action of pulling the foot towards you really stabilizes my core, it stabilizes my quad, and it provides a little bit more balance. We're going to inhale and exhale, twist towards the right, your right hand behind you, your left hand in front. Focus on one point. This will help aid some more balance. Finding your left thigh with your right hand. Flipping your front palm to the sky. And just reversing, coming into a gentle back bend. Remember to breathe. Coming back up to our twist. Windmilling the hands towards the floor. Bringing your right hand inside your foot. And either keeping your right hand down or bringing your right forearm to your right thigh. Coming into side angle, we're going to inhale, twist the body to the left. And bringing your arm up or in line with your ear. Remember to breathe. Coming back down, framing your foot with your hands, palms come to the mat, tucking the back toe, pushing through the hands, lifting the back knee, coming into our downward dog, push, maybe taking some pedals through the feet. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So find some stillness in your downward dog first. And remember those points. Pushing through the index finger and the thumb. Maybe bringing the shoulders up to the ears. Shining the backs of the knees to the back of the mat. Bending the knees to find length in the spine. Keep breathing. Inhale, look forward, bring your left foot to the top of your mat. Dropping the back knee, keeping the toes tucked or untucking them. Pushing through the left foot. Inhale up, arms up into your low lunge. And again, finding some stability in your core, maybe pulling the foot or pushing the foot away from you. Maybe having a play of which one feels better. For me, it's pulling the foot towards me. Exhaling, twisting to the left of the room. Left hand back, right hand forwards. Focus on one point. Remember to breathe. Left hand finding your right thigh, flipping the front palm, and gently coming back into a little back bend. Remember to breathe. Coming back up, windmilling the hands down. The left hand coming inside of the left foot, left hand staying down or bringing the left forearm to the left thigh. Inhaling, twist to the right of the room into our side angle, hand coming up or in line with the ear. Breathing, focus on one point. Bringing the hands back, framing the foot. Coming back into our downward dog, palms to the mat, tucking the back toe, lifting the knee, pushing through the hands, maybe pedaling this out again. Note how this downward dog feels compared to the first one you did. Are you feeling stronger? Are you feeling a bit looser in the hamstrings and the calves? Coming forwards into plank, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, squeezing the bum, feeling strong in the core, pushing the floor away, maybe looking towards the top of your mat. And we're going to lower down gently. You can drop your knees if you'd like or keep them lifted. Coming into a chaturanga slowly and letting your belly flop to the floor. Make a pillow with your hands and rest your forehead. Nice deep breaths, lowering the heart rate. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Maybe coming back to your intention just while we pause for a few breaths. Coming up into our Sphinx pose. Elbows are going to be under our shoulders. Forearms to the mat, palms facing down. looking ahead of you. Try not to dump your weight into your shoulders, pushing your forearms into the mat. And then just like we did with the feet, maybe feel as though you're pulling your hands towards you, feeling a lift in the chest. And if you want, coming up into seal pose, push through the hands, lifting the elbows up. Still looking in front of you. Remembering to breathe. And we're going to come down and we're just going to roll onto our backs, coming into happy baby. Bringing your knees into your chest, grabbing your feet, so the outsides of your feet with your hands. If this is too much, hold on to your ankles or just hold on to the backs of your thighs. Pushing the feet into your hands if you're holding them. Bringing the elbows inside your knees, as though you're doing a squat on the ceiling. Breathing in to your hips. Maybe taking a rock from side to side. Or just finding some stillness. Coming down to our final pose, Savasana, bring your feet past your mat and let them hang to a 45-degree angle. Bringing your hands off your mat, palms facing up, letting the fingers curl in naturally. Closing the eyes. And focusing on the breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Feeling the belly expand, maybe the chest rise with the inhales. And feeling it soften with the exhale. I'm going to come to a seat so I can hold the space. Come back to your intention. And ask yourself, did you achieve your intention? And if you didn't, that is absolutely fine. And find forgiveness. And just tell yourself that it can be another intention for another flow. Sometimes the standards we set ourselves are unreachable. It's so important in life to be kind to yourself and to celebrate your small wins. This can be a really amazing activity if you are new to journaling or whether you've done journaling for a while. At the end of the day, try to think of 3 wins. And sometimes it does make you think, but it also helps celebrate those wins, whether they're big or whether they're small. I want to just read to you some examples of small wins, and even not calling them small wins, but calling them wins or achievements. Trying something new, saying yes when it's scary, saying no when it's scary, decluttering your workspace, finishing a book, telling someone you love them, standing up for someone you love, clearly and confidently communicating your needs, following through on something you promised yourself you'd do, stepping out of your comfort zone, embracing self-compassion over self-criticism. I think that one is a really, really important one. And focusing more on what's in your control and less on what is out of your control. Some wins for me have been making this yoga video. That's been a huge win for me. And cleaning my house this week. And finding achievement and finding progress with my puppy's lead work. That has been a journey, and he is just getting so much better with walking by my side. So I feel like for me those are definitely wins that I need to just give myself a little pat on the back. Point your toes and raise your arms over your head and come into a full body stretch. Bringing the knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze, maybe lifting the head. And then just gently coming to one side and pushing yourself up, back to a seated posture. Keep your eyes closed, and if you've opened them, just close them again. And bring your hands to your knees, but this time your palms are facing down. We're going to end the class with an inhale through the nose and make it the biggest inhale you've taken today. And you're going to sigh it out through the mouth with the exhale. So inhale and exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Reaching your arms overhead, bringing your palms to touch. And bringing your prayer back into your heart space. Gently blinking the eyes open and taking a soft smile to bring with you through the rest of your day. Thank you so much for flowing with me. As I said, I'd really be open to any comments, any feedback, and just let me know if you enjoyed the flow, if there was anything you particularly liked, if there's anything that you thought you would like in a yoga flow, please let me know, and I will see you in hopefully the next video.